welcome to the fourth race of the NNSCRA F1 Series live from Bahrain. I am Anthony McCurry, getting set to bring you 11 laps of racing here in Bahrain. Sorry for the little bit of a delay getting this race out. I had to go to Boston for some family issues, not really issues, just to see my aunt, and I did some work up there, and I'm back, and so it's good long 2 weeks, and I'm glad I'm back. So we have a Bahrain double feature for you. The NNSCRA F1 Series cars are going to be on the track today, and then tomorrow we have the NCGMRS Vogler World Cup Series cars taking to this track. So that's going to be a double feature here at Bahrain. Let's take a look at the starting line of Sandrin Tahari gets the pole, followed by, you guessed it, last week's winner, Richard Johnson. So the Ferraris are continuing their dominance. So could Ferrari get their third straight win? We'll have to see. Richard Johnson the third, starting behind Richard Johnson. So a little family going on right here. Pichu Walker starting back here in fourth. Then we have Lena Skinner. Yeah, that's Lena Skinner, not Max. Max is sitting on the pit box, actually co-crew chiefing Lena today. Lena Skinner is good at this track. In fact, she won the Formula A series in this very same track, and she took the title in that series as well. So Lena is a very good racer at Bahrain, and Max has offered to step out of his car to see if Lena can get that car for the rental in victory lane. Wayne Scott, he's had some bad luck this season. He's starting up at the front. We'll see if he can get up there. And Luke Walker back here in the well, that's not exactly a better camera angle either. In the McLaren, and Rachel Williams in back here starting beside him. Then we have Aaron Williams, Rachel's brother, and the Williams are doing really good. They're on the same team, so we'll see if they can get those two cars up at the front. Aaron Williams had some problems I shouldn't say last week, last race at Shanghai, when he had a car problem and he fell out of the lead lap and really far out of contention. We have Dion Scott, the winner of the first race, looking to see if he can get 2 wins in a row. Soran Tahari and Richard Johnson Jr. Alina Lopez and Samantha Oscon, another driver looking for his second win of the season. Both Ferraris have a win under the belt. Can Ferrari continue their dominance? They got a car up at the front. We'll see if they can continue. Alexander Dawson will start beside Barney Ward. Then Servan Sarian beside John Dawson. Michael Dawson will start beside Justin Perry. Amir Hamad and Dylan Young. And rounding out the field will be Seth Cole and a new driver, Tony Durbin. Yes, Tony Durbin, who I mentioned was a crew chief in the NCGMRS 500, 2-1 Haruhi Tashimi. And now he's here in the NNSCRA F1 Series per William Duncan. William Duncan said that Tony Durbin is going to drive that car for the next 2 races. So that would mean he will drive it here at Bahrain, and then the next race he will drive it at Knox. So he's here today, and we'll see how good he can do in his first start. He's starting all the way at the back because he crashed in practice. That's right, he had the fastest time in qualifying, but he crashed and had to go to a backup car. That sent him to the rear of the field. So Tony Durbin, we'll see if he can get up to the front. Well, the command will be given, and it'll be 11 laps. That doesn't seem like much, but at a track like this, it is. A few highlights from the NCGMRS race at Spa. We saw Sasha Dawson, the first female in the NCGMRS, go to victory lane. That's a record in and of itself. She led pretty much the entire race, displaying some dominance. Speaking of dominance, how about the Ferraris? 2 wins in a row, winning at Riverside and Shanghai. So can they get their third straight win? And if they can, which driver will it be getting them that win? That would be interesting to see. Another thing that's trending is that we have not been able to complete a race under green ever since the season started. Think about it. back at the first race, which was in Suzuka. Late race caution brought... Oh no! Sandrin Tahari, the pole sitter. He's blown up. You've got to be kidding. Sandrin Tahari, the pole sitter, has blown up. You have got to be kidding. The pole sitter has blown up. It's going to come down against Richard Johnson III on the front row. As Sandrin will bring it down pit road, or at least attempt to. There he goes. We'll bring that car down pit road. Definitely something wrong. That's definitely going to send him out of the race. But Sandrin Tahari, the pole sitter, has gone out of the race already, which will hand the lead over to technically Richard Johnson, but I mean, yeah, Richard Johnson III, starting right beside his father, and we're green. And look at Richard Johnson III get a jump. And they're going down this long front stretch into the first turn, which is a huge hairpin. Whoa, buddy. Back here. Getting way out of line. Some of the cars are actually in the dirt. We'll see if everyone can make it through okay. Looks like so. As Richard Johnson III leads the way. But Sandrin Tahari has blown up and is retired from the race. From P1. That's got to be the biggest story so far of the entire season. Check out who got second. Lena Skinner. Lena Skinner has got second. Going through that hairpin. She's won at this track before. She's won. Remember, I said that she's won in the Formula A series, which is just like these cars, except a little less powerful. She's now in this series, which has cars that are really, really, really powerful. Case in point, Lena Skinner in the Renault. Renault is not exactly the most powerful car in this series, but it's definitely one of the most reliable cars in this series. So Lena Skinner running a second. Maybe she can get that car to victory lane. Max Skinner coaching her from the pit box. Richard Johnson, who didn't get a very good start, I must admit. He kind of spun the tires, and he's back here in third. Then we have Luke Walker that's come out in fourth, and then fifth will be Pichu Walker. So the two Walkers running in the top five. And then sixth will be Aaron Williams. Aaron Williams moving up to sixth after starting seventh. He's picked up one spot. Soran Tahari fell back. Actually, no, he's picked up a few spots. He's now in the seventh position. Eighth will be Wayne Scott. Servan Sarian, teammate to Sandrin. I'm sorry, no, I'm not. I'm sorry, no. I'm all mixed up. Teammate to Dion Scott will be in the ninth position, and Rachel Williams will round out the top 10. Let's go find the teammate, Sandrin Tahari, which is... Oh, I'm sorry, Soran Tahari. Teammate to Sandrin Tahari. Will his engine blow up? Remember, they come from the same car make. So, that's not exactly the good thing to be if you had an engine blow up in the very first, not even the first lap. They didn't even come down or get the green. So, we'll have to monitor that car. Wayne Scott in 8th place. He's having a really good race so far. One of his better races, definitely, today. I know it's only lap 2, but definitely look forward to seeing Wayne Scott up at the front. Looks like he's got a strong car today. Aaron Williams, who does not particularly like road courses. Road courses are his Achilles heel, as he has explained. But he's doing really good in this series so far. Doesn't have very many points to show for it, but his overall finishes are really good. He's had a few... Mainly, most of his problem is bad luck. Bad luck seems to strike him at the worst times. But he's doing real good. He's going to try and get up to crack the top 10. And, of course, Pichu Walker, who was in that incident with his teammate William Duncan at Riverside, that was a few races ago. He's running really good. He didn't have that good of a run at Shanghai, but he's definitely putting on a good show for the Red Bull cars today. Speaking of the other Red Bull car, let's go find Tony Durbin in his first start, 23rd. He is last on the field, but remember, that's a backup car. So not exactly the car that he was racing before. They only had a limited amount of time to get the setup right because he crashed at the end of qualifying. I'm sorry, in final practice after qualifying pole. And it was right towards the end of final practice, which means that they didn't have any time to get out onto the course to set up the car. So he's basically running with a stock setup. But he's making use of that stock setup. He's trying to gain some positions. And we'll see if he can get those setups fixed during some pit stops that we may have and see if he can get up to the front. Speaking of cars on the move, Seth Cole is on the move. He started 23rd. He's now up to 16th. He's definitely picking up some spots in that number 24 version mobile. That's actually a Cosworth, I believe. Yeah, it's Cosworth. You don't really have any car makes in this series per se. The team is Cosworth, but definitely doing good. Up to the front we go. Who's in there? Well, Richard Johnson III checking out from Lena Skinner. Let's ride on board with Lena Skinner and see just how far away he really is from her. Yep, there's good old Richard Johnson III way up there. Getting about at least a 1.5 to 2 second lead. So Lena Skinner in her first start in the NNSCRA F1 series. Doing really good, running second. She ran her fastest lap that last lap. This lap she runs a faster one. I think everyone just kind of ran their fast. No, Richard Johnson, who was faster? Richard Johnson the third is definitely the fastest car on the track right now. Lena Skinner just ran her fastest lap of the race, as did Richard Johnson. Luke Walker had kind of mirrored his last lap, and Peachy Walker was nowhere close to his fastest lap. But as terms of fastest lap of the top 5, Lena Skinner just ran her fastest. As Richard Johnson continues to check out, he's got the fastest car on the track right now, fastest car in Bahrain at the moment. You know, the version mobile cars are not necessarily known for their speed, but they're definitely showing that they got some speed today, as Richard Johnson the third. Who knows what they've done to that car to make it go so fast, but they've definitely done something. In fact, the NNSCRA F1 series encourages you to customize your car to see if you can gain an advantage, as long as it's not too far out of reason. We do have some limits and some rules on what you can and cannot do, but it's not limited to the point where all you can do is, change the spoiler height to 1 inch or anything. You have the freedom to customize your car within the limits of what we put down as guidelines and how far you can customize it. So apparently they've done something with Richard Johnson Jr., the third's car, because he's definitely going real fast, and that's an Aversion mobile car, which is not exactly the fastest cars in the F1 series in any place, if you consider. But he's definitely leading the way today. Very dominant fashion as well. We're on lap 5 of 11. Couldn't he hold on, and could he win? Good possibility that he could. Tony Durbin still running at the back of the pack. We just got a radio communication from Tony Durbin. He said that this car is absolute fill in the blank. Yeah. And cannot repeat that on national television. Yeah, you see, it's not that he's a bad driver, it's just that, well, it has a bad car setup, which I can understand, because he crashed. It actually, to be honest, it wasn't his fault. It was actually Cement Ozcon's fault, and I know people are raving over Cement Ozcon, and what he's done is we got to fight for position here. John Dawson wants the position away from Dylan Young. Dylan Young says, nope, I'm going to keep it. But oh, got a car in the dirt. Oh, 2 cars in the dirt. John Dawson is one of them. But Cement Ozcon was pulling down a pit road after getting some fuel to continue the practice session. He pulled out right in front of Tony Durbin as they were on pit road. and that subsequently ruined both of their cars. However, Cement Ozcon was able to fix their car because there wasn't so much damage on it as Tony Durbin. Tony Durbin's team had to switch to a backup. So, yeah, Tony did not have enough time to set up the car back to the way it was because they were still trying to tinker with some bugs. And basically, all the way to the back. I've exhausted this story as much as I can, but it's not Tony Durbin's fault. It's just bad luck. And that isn't bad luck, is Richard Johnson III's lead. Holy smokes. However, Lena Skinner is gaining a little ground on him. She ran about a few 100ths of a second faster that lap. So maybe these cars are signifying that they are starting to get a little tire wear and maybe have to come down for pit road. Or is Lena Skinner playing mind games on Richard Johnson III? Remember, she's a Formula A champion, and she's won at this track. We'll have to see. And how about Richard Johnson? Ferrari continuing to stack up some good runs. Richard Johnson is already won a race. He won last weekend at, not last weekend, but 2 weeks ago at Shanghai. So, and Bahrain is very similar to Shanghai, so it's no wonder he's up at the front doing so well. He kind of knows his track layout. It's very similar to Shanghai in very many ways. The type of asphalt they use, to the type of elevations, to the cornering, to the straightaways. In fact, they told me that they brought a modified Shanghai setup from 2 weeks ago to this track. Definitely not the fastest car as of right now, but definitely a car that could be very extremely fast at the end of the race. As Richard Johnson has no signifying that he's coming down pit road anytime soon. Meanwhile, Lena Skinner's falling back some more, and Richard Johnson III just pulling away. No signifying that he's coming down pit road yet. Nope, he's staying out. Nope. Yep, no, he's coming down pit road. Richard Johnson III comes down pit road. So do the leaders. Lena Skinner is in. Richard Johnson. Whoa! Spin around. That was Aaron Williams that got spun around by Soron Tahari. Holy cow. Soron Tahari spins Aaron Williams around. And whoa, Cement Ozcon kind of pounded the wall coming in. Oh my goodness, John Dawson is around. John Dawson looks like he just kind of, I don't know, it looked like he kind of came in too fast, hit the brake, and the car spun around on him. Richard Johnson is in. Here comes Lena Skinner. Lena Skinner comes out first. Lena Skinner comes out first. Richard Johnson III is out. Then it's Luke Walker and Soron Tahari. Lena Lopez. Remember, in this series you have to wait till all the cars come out. That's why these drivers are still stuck. Richard Johnson is stuck. He can't go anywhere until all the cars come out. Holy cow. This changes everything. Here comes Cement Ozcon. There goes Rachel Williams. She's finally able to leave. There goes everyone else. Whoa, buddy. Pichu Walker just got out in front of Wayne Scott. But these drivers had to wait. Richard Johnson was running third. He comes out way behind. At some tracks, like this one, you can't come out of pit road until the way is clear. Well, the way wasn't clear. You know who did get out first? Lena Skinner, way ahead of Richard Johnson III. But remember, Richard Johnson III has a faster car. Can he close in and maybe take the lead again? Or will Lena Skinner get another win at this track under her belt? If she does win this race, she'll be the first female winner in the NNSCRA F1 series, and the third different team to go to victory lane, being Renault. Although Richard Johnson III wants a shot at it, so does Luke Walker in the McLaren. Saran Tahari spun Aaron Williams around. Let's go back and take a look at that. I want to see what happened for sure. You know what? It was not Saran Tahari's fault. We're going to ride on board with Aaron Williams, and we'll see as he comes. This is in slow motion. We'll see as he's coming down pit road. There's the man with the flag to signify that pit road is open. He's got the red flag hanging down. That means pit road is open. And right there, there's a little block in which he's standing on. He hits that right there. He hits the little walkway, and he spins around. Let's go back to our TV cam. So Saran Tahari did not cause that incident. And that's what happened to Michael Dawson as well. He also hit that little area. So that's what happened to Aaron Williams. That's how he spins around. No fault but his own here at Bahrain. Well, despite that little incident, he's running in 6th. So not too bad for Aaron Williams. He actually gained a few spots. But you notice that little wing damage to the left side of his wing. We'll have to keep an eye on that because that could cause some downforce problems towards the end of the run. But the leader is still Lena Skinner by a lot over Richard Johnson III. Call me crazy, but I think Lena had the perfect pit stop. As you can see, the distance between her and Richard Johnson III. Could it be possible? It could be possible. Max allowed Lena to drive this car because she's won here before, and they're brother and sister. Being nice to her, he let her borrow his car. And look where it's got her, in the lead. Her brother Max, of course, coaching her over the radio, saying that you've got a big lead. Do not look back, because guess what? Richard Johnson III is sort of closing in on her. Running almost identical lap times, although that last lap Lena was a little bit faster than Richard. But Richard just might be playing possum. Maybe he knows something that we don't know. But if it all holds out, Lena will just waltz away with this. Meanwhile, Richard Johnson III, way back here, has to worry about this guy, Luke Walker, who wants more points. Luke Walker, if he can get past Richard Johnson III, he can gain more points towards the championship. Speaking of which, the season is going to be shortened 4 races. That way it'll end at the same time that the Vocaloid World Cup Series will end. We'll get you a update on the tracks that are being cut, and we'll post them in a later video about the tracks that are being cut from the season. In fact, we'll mention them in the NCGMRS race. So be sure to watch the Vocaloid World Cup Series race coming live from this track later on, and we'll explain the tracks that are going away and getting cut, so we can make way for so we can finish the same time that the Vocaloid World Cup Series ends. As we come down to 2 laps to go for Lena Skinner, interesting conversation between her and Max over the radio. Max radioed in about half a lap ago that Richard Johnson is not as fast as you are. Lena says, "Why did you tell me that? Because now I think that he might be closing in." Max says, "Don't worry, he's a good few hundredths of a second slower than you are." And Lena says, "Really? Because that was the case with me earlier. I was a few hundredths of a second slower than he was. What happened?" And as further investigation, we go towards Richard Johnson III's car. There's a little bit of debris stuck on the back end, rubbing the wheel. Something has been picked up. Whoa, as you can see right there, Richard Johnson III. Something is definitely amiss on the car. There's a little piece of tape or something that's caught on the wheel, and it's causing some acceleration problems. So there's an issue right there and of in itself. Also, Lena Skinner had a faster pit stop. Don't know how they had a faster pit stop, but they did. Apparently, Richard Johnson III's car had something on it that was not right. and they had an extended stop trying to figure out what it was. They never did, and well, now we know. Who had the fastest lap that time? Well, definitely it was Lena Skinner. She ran her fastest lap of the race. The last lap, on lap number 9. This is lap number 10. We'll see, coming out of the white flag, if she can have a faster lap. Will she run her fastest lap of the race now? I don't know. We'll see. Lena Skinner, last time with a 153.659. This time with a 154.331. Definitely not as fast as her last lap. Whoop. Richard Johnson III, too little, too late. I don't think he has enough time to catch up, and his car is just not fast enough. However, we have a battle on for second between him and Luke Walker. This is the best battle on the racetrack, and it is for the second position. Reminiscent of the NCGMRS 500. When I said that, lo and behold, we had a battle on for the lead. By the way, the NCGMRS 500 was such a success that we are going to have our next one coming out very soon. I'll let you know the dates for the next race, the mod, and the track. It's going to be a different track than the Indianapolis circuit, different cars, different length of the race. It's going to be a longer race, and maybe it might be a night race, so ponder that for a little while. But it is all Lena Skinner. Let's go find out where Tony Durbin is running. Where has Tony Durbin come up to? He's in 13th place. Apparently the pit stop helped him, because he's not in position to gain any points. But he is in a good position for his first NNSCRA F1 series race. And that is a car with little to no setup in it. So, good race for him. What about Seth Cole? We know he was having a good day. Oh, well, a bad day, and then he had a good day. And he's in a points position now. He's in the last place. He's in the last points position. He's running in 10th. So, he'll get points this race. He'll get 1 point, but that's 1 point towards the championship. Aaron Williams is in a points position. Amir Hamad is in a points position. Servin Sari and Richard Johnson Jr., Lena Lopez, Saran Tahari, Luke Walker, and Richard Johnson in third. But Lena Skinner comes down and crosses the line to win the race. She wins the Bahrain Grand Prix. Well, well, well. Lena Skinner has another win at Bahrain under her belt. Max congratulating her over the radio. Let's go to your finishing order, as Lena Skinner comes home with the victory. Lena Skinner wins. Richard Johnson III in second. Luke Walker, Saran Tahari, and Alina Lopez make up the top 5. Richard Johnson Jr., Servin Sarin, Amir Hamad, and Aaron Williams, despite having a little miscue on pit road, is in 9th. Seth Cole rounds out the last points position with a 10th place. He started 23rd. Great run for Seth Cole. Justin Perry, Dylan Young, Tony Durbin moves his way up to 13th after starting dead last. Then we have Alexander Dawson and Michael Dawson to make up the top 15. Dion Scott, Barney Ward, Samantha Oscon, Rachel Williams, and Richard Johnson make up the top 20. 21st will be Pichu Walker. Wayne Scott and John Dawson make up the last cars on the track. Sandra Dahari had a camshaft go on his car. That's why he came down pit road early. He finishes dead last, starting from the pole. Well, thank you for watching. We'll come back tomorrow with the NCGMRS Vocaloid World Cup Series cars. I'm Anthony McCurry for the NNSCRA and the NCGMRS. See you next time.